Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's me, Slosh, back at it again with some more LEGO Universe discussion. The hype for Darkflame LEGO Universe closed beta is through the roof right now, as we're getting closer and closer by the day. Forbidden Valley just got confirmed for the closed beta initial release, which has me so stoked. Forbidden Valley was such a cool place. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. What we're going to talk about today is potential Darkflame exclusive content down the line. And when I say Darkflame exclusive content, I mean content that was not in LEGO Universe originally. The Darkflame dev team has sort of hinted at this possibility in the past, in the form of, at the very least, items, but I think that they could go a long way with exclusive content, and the hype for that would be so real. If you want to make sure that you never miss a LEGO Universe discussion on the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn post notifications on, so that way you know right when I'm dropping more LEGO Universe discussion. And on that note, let's get into it. I think a really cool addition that the Darkflame dev team could make, that is honestly extremely likely that they will end up making down the line, is adding the 4 Valiant Weapons for the 3rd specialty kits in each faction. The Slither Striker for Adventure in Venture League, the Zap Zapper for Inventor and Assembly, the Night Lasher for Shinobi and Paradox, and the Energy Spork for Space Ranger and Sentinels. See, the thing about these weapons is they were already made in LEGO Universe. Like, the models were there. The data for the entirety of the Night Lasher and the combo damage for the other 3 were all in the game's files. Like, these weapons were going to be added to the game. Honestly, possibly within a month from when they announced the closure, if there wasn't gonna be the closure. So I think that it's an addition that would be really great and make a whole lot of sense, because then everyone can get their Valiant Weapons. It's not just locked to, you know, the first 2 specialty kits of each faction. Everyone would have a Valiant Weapon then. Plus, these would be some really interesting weapons. Like, I think that the Zap Zapper and the Slither Striker especially have a lot of potential to be really fascinating and unique weapons from a gameplay perspective. And the Night Lasher was going to be up there with the Broadsider for having the strongest damage combo in the game of 4-4-4. The Energy Spork, I feel like, could have been also very unique given how Space Ranger played. Space Ranger did have sort of a secondary ability that put up a shield around the user, but what if the Energy Spork was something that was going to create a shield around you and all your allies? That would have been really cool. But again, this is mere speculation. However, I do really think that these Valiant Weapons will end up making it into Darkflame down the line. Possibly even before the game's proper release. Like, if they end up adding the 8 Valiant Weapons during closed beta, I think that we really could see that 8 up to 12, at least before the game's proper release. But if not, I still think that these weapons will be added at some point. The next bit of speculation that I have really is just speculation. There is literally nothing to back this up. There's just me speculating. And that is a 4th specialty kit in each faction. Now, there is concept art out there from original LEGO Universe for other specialty kits in the factions. However, judging from what they are, I have a feeling that they were going to replace other specialty kits, especially what's known about the Paradox one. How that was going to replace Space Marauder originally. There was no Space Marauder. There was instead Paradox Spy. but I'm really glad that they did Space Marauder instead. There was also Sentinel Vikings, Venture League Miner, and Assembly Rocket Scientist. So these would have been really cool, but honestly, I feel like a 4th specialty kit to each faction in Darkflame really isn't all that likely, but I do think that it would be really cool. And if they did do something like this, I don't think that it would be these specialty kits. I think that they would do something completely different and new. Potentially Sentinel Wizards? That would be kind of cool. But again, just this one really is just speculation. Something that I do think would be really cool if Darkflame added, but I know they would not add this until everything from the game was added back, and I do mean everything, would be some new worlds. There were 2 new worlds that were going to be added to LEGO Universe proper back in the day before it closed. Those places were going to be Evergreen and the Ninjago Fire Temple. Not too much is known about Evergreen. We do know a decent amount about the Ninjago Fire Temple. Evergreen was pretty much all that's known about it is it was going to be sort of like a medieval fantasy themed world with dragons and castles, and I think there were going to be a few wizard NPCs and whatnot. That's sort of where I got the Sentinel Wizard idea in the last topic. But anyway, the Ninjago Fire Temple, on the other hand, all 3 enemy types were revealed, and I don't remember what any of them were called, except for like Bone Vulture or something like that. There was going to be a Lord Garmadon fight, I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time. I do not remember too much about this. But these 2 worlds were going to be things. Now, if Darkflame were to add new worlds, I don't think that they would be these at all. I think that they would create something new, and I honestly think that they would be able to come up with some really cool ideas. A couple ideas that I personally would love to see. One would be sort of like a mine/cave themed world. There's not really a cave themed world, and I think that there could be some really cool enemy types in sort of a cave/mine world. Another world type that I would love to see, oh my god, I would love to see, sort of like an Egypt-themed desert world. I've always found Egypt to be so fascinating that seeing a LEGO Universe world themed off of it would be so sick. There were even Egypt-themed LEGO sets around the time of LEGO Universe way back. They got discontinued, which made me so sad. Those sets were awesome. But that's beside the point. I think that an Egypt-themed desert world would be so cool to LEGO Universe. But again, there is probably not going to be a new world added to Darkflame LEGO Universe, at the very least, until everything from the original game is added back. But, you know, only time will tell. We could get new worlds, but they only have sort of hinted/confirmed new items. So this one is marked with a big if. The last bit of potential Darkflame LEGO Universe exclusive content I want to speculate with you guys about today is some holiday-themed events. There already was a winter holiday event in the original LEGO Universe with Frostburg. I never got to go to Frostburg, so I can only say it looks cool. Like, really cool. No pun intended. That place looked dope. I do think that a Halloween-themed event, at the very least, is extremely likely in Darkflame. I think they may have done something like that in alpha testing, but I'm not 100% sure. If they did, I hope that they do that again in closed beta. As long as I'm able to get in, that is. Either way, more holiday-themed events. That'd be pretty sick. And those are all of my ideas for potential Darkflame exclusive content, but what about you guys? I want to know down in the comments below some potential Darkflame exclusive content that you guys think could end up coming to the game. I love discussing these things about LEGO Universe because LEGO Universe has always been my favorite game ever. No joke. So I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in to this video. It really means a lot to me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn post notifications on so that way you know when the next LEGO Universe discussion video is going to be, and I will see you all there. Have a good one, everyone.